What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're talking about designer fragrances, because don't get me wrong, there's some powerful stuff out there when it comes to those affordable Middle Eastern fragrances, some of the clones and all that, and we talk about that quite often on the channel. But what are some just outrageously powerful designer fragrances for you guys to check out if you want to check out some of these more mainstream releases that have a lot to offer, from smelling great and just being outrageously strong? Because I mean, some people, they're looking for that. They want potency, they want power, they want long lasting. And in this video, I've got 7 of those. Let's discuss, shall we? Stay tuned. Starting with one of the newer releases for this year, it is Bottled Elixir from Hugo Boss. They did phenomenal work with this one, in my opinion. So it's incense dominant, as is the previous release, the Parfum. But here you're getting a lot of patchouli. It's a little on the drier side. There's a little bit of spice. You'll see people relate this one to Sauvage Elixir, though I find them just as different from one another as they are similar, because this isn't based around a whole lot of just in-your-face, crazy, warm, cozy spice and woods. This has a little bit more going in the the realms of that patchouli note that I was saying, but dominantly incense heavy. That's the biggest differing factor to me, is it's an incense crazy fragrance. If you're a fan of smoky fragrances, like me, you're going to love this one. It's crazy, 12 plus hours in your face, super loud and long lasting. The beauty of all of these really is you can go to a designer store, a department store like a Macy's, a Dillard's, or something like that, and try one. That's the best thing. You don't even have to bother buying samples. Get out, spray it on your skin, try it for yourself before you come back and buy them online, because you can get a better price at some of the links down below in the description. But this is an absolute home run of a fragrance if you're looking for crazy performance, and it smells incredible. New release from Boss Bottled line. It's Bottled Elixir. So the fragrance people are relating it to, I don't think they're that similar, honestly. We're talking about Dior Sauvage Elixir. Sauvage Elixir is a superstar in its own right. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Comes in 100 ml now, not just 60 ml like what I have. So good. Now, you have to look for it to tie it to that Ambroxan dominant original DNA, but this is a 2-spray fragrance and you're fine. You don't need more than that. You're really showing out when you start getting into 3, 4, 5 sprays. I can tell you, I was told to dial it back from 3 sprays the last 2 times I wore this. So I do 2 sprays moving forward, because you're gonna get a lot of attention with this fragrance. It's popular, sure, and that's a lot of us in this online fragrance community giving it the love, but the mainstream market, I wonder if it's really as popular as we think it is, because here in the online fragrance community, yeah, it's a straight up hype beast, and it deserves it. It's ridiculously powerful. It's there until you take a shower, no matter how far into your day that is. People are going to smell you with this one. You don't need many sprays. You heavy sprayers, be easy on this one. You might melt some nose hairs in your nostrils with this, because it's nuclear powerful. So keep that in mind. You're paying a little more for this one, but you're getting a little more for this one. Again, that's from Dior. This is Sauvage Elixir. While there are a fair share of elixir flankers in this video, not everything here is an elixir. Most notably stuff like Armani Code Eau de Parfum. I'm a huge fan of this one. This is my favorite in the line. It does the original tonka bean DNA justice. It's not as warm and spicy with like things like star anise and a little bit of that licorice smell that you get from the original, but you definitely smell original Armani Code in this fragrance. God, it's so good. And this distinctive, beautiful, powdery, sweet tonka bean that they use, I'm a huge fan of this one. It's a huge hit here in this household. And the best part is, because I know that's why you're watching this video, it's crazy strong. It's easily, aside from the Profumo flanker, the most powerful one that I own. I find this is even more powerful than the Parfum, the one with the iris. I think it smells the best and it performs the best on my skin. So across the board, it checks all the boxes. This is the one that gets the stamp of approval from me personally on this channel. Of course, there's other really good, dare I say, great flankers in this line. But for me, the end-all be-all, the king of it in performance and scent profile is definitely the Eau de Parfum flanker from Giorgio Armani. This is Armani Code EDP. Now when it comes to this particular line, its intensely and absolutely flankers are going to get all the love. The dark horse of the recent releases is this year's release. This is Stronger With You Amber from Emporio Armani. This is a gorgeous fragrance that has all of the power you've come to expect and love in the Strong With You line. Here, it's got this fiery hot spice, and they only list 3 notes, like lavender being the only floral, but I kind of get that sweet burnt sugar, jasmine heavy, Mancera instant crush type of smell in the opening with a lot of spice. Very fiery hot spice, like a bright cinnamon, rich. It's not listed, but that's what I get. And then it does dry into an amber vanilla combo, like the name and the note breakdown would tell you. Oh man, it does settle into a little bit of that roasted chestnut that's from the original, though they don't list it. Just like some of the other flankers, they don't list it, but I always seem to pick it up in the deep dry down in all of the fragrances in this line. This is one of my favorite designer lines, and across the board, they all perform at minimum great, whereas certain ones are just beasts. And this one, a beast. Intensely a beast. Absolutely a beast. So you can't go wrong with any of them. Don't get me wrong. Like I said before, Intensely and Absolutely tend to get the nod over fragrances like this, but this is slept on. This is a great release from this year. Super powerful, smells incredible. Great evening wear fragrance. Don't sleep on it. Get your nose on this one because it's some good stuff. It's Emporio Armani Strong With You Amber. We're going back to the well with Elixir flankers. This one being 1 million Elixir from Paco Rabanne. So this is my lovely little 50 ml. So Divana sweetness, a nice rich rose, dense woods, some vanilla, and that traditional slightly bubblegummy sweet spice that you get from 1 million. It's definitely here. It smells great. This is most people's favorite. I don't blame them. I am kind of partial to the Parfum these days, and that very well could have been here. That's a monster on my skin too. But this one deserves the nod. This is, in my opinion, the most powerful of the 1 million line. You're looking for long-lasting, attention-grabbing, because they're all going to pull compliments. All of them in the line. Smell really good. Tied to the original DNA. They're flankered pretty well for the most part. So anybody that likes 1 million, you'll probably like 1 million Elixir and the Parfum and so on and so forth. But if you're looking for the beast of the bunch, don't get me wrong, there's several of them that could be classified that. For me personally, on my skin, this is the one. If you're looking for that 10 to 12 hour range and beyond, and you're looking for really strong projection with a lingering scent bubble that's going to grab people. It's super attractive. I mean, sweet fragrances with spicy tones and woody notes. You can't go wrong. That's why designers make so many of them. And if you're looking for one of the better ones out in the market today that is an absolute performance horse of a fragrance and performance, you're looking at 1 million Elixir. So we seem to be riding that Elixir train because that seems to be the way to go. Not every Elixir flanker is a monster. I'm looking at you, Ralph's Club Elixir. Smells great though. But we're talking about Invictus Victory Elixir. This is another one, a beautiful resinous, smoky, ambery vanilla smell. Very faint similarity, if at all. You gotta your mind's playing tricks on you to really tie it to Invictus. You can tie the original Invictus Victory to Invictus. Much better than this one, though this does smell like a very intensely richened and modified version of Invictus Victory. You get all that resinous, amberous stuff. Just dial up the sweetness, basically. You still get all the smokiness. It's nice and resinous. There's a dark, earthy nuance to it even. This is an incredible fragrance. I don't think it gets enough love for how good of a release this actually was. This is a lot of people's one and only when it comes to Invictus. And I think because it smells so little like Invictus, that's why it gets the love it gets. Because some people are sick of that scent profile. I'm not. I love it, but I know some of you are. And if you don't like the bubblegum sweetness, that aquatic smell, and you're a fan of sweet, you want earthy, resinous, and smoky, warm fragrance built for the cold that's going to knock your socks off in performance, you should really get your nose on this one. It's Paco Rabanne, Invictus Victory Elixir. And the final star of the show, if you guessed it's an Elixir flanker, you guessed right. It's Lamal Elixir. They're so powerful. If you're looking for power, you should check out some of these Elixir flankers. They're doing good work. Yes, it's a trend. It absolutely is a trend. But it seems to be a trend that's really working out for the brand and for the consumers. And I can tell you firsthand, as a consumer, I'm loving it. Give me all the elixirs. Keep the trend going. Give me Spice Bomb Elixir. Give me Aqua de Jo Elixir. Give me Y Elixir. Give me La Nuit de l'Homme Elixir. I take all the elixirs. Give them to me because they always seem to smell great. They, for the most part, the previous one, not so much. Tied to the original DNA, which Lamal Elixir does, with the minty green feel and the lavender and vanilla, the original's DNA is there. So they typically tie to it and make them crazy powerful. And though I'm not always in the mood for crazy powerful, I got some good options, and hopefully you find something you're looking for here, because there is a tobacco note here that I don't really get much of a tobacco smell from, but it does darken the scent up a little bit. I would say it makes it more of a dark vanilla smell. Tonka bean, it's a little powdery as it dries, so you gotta like sweet and powdery, but you also have to like Le Male in general because it does tie to the DNA properly. I have to say, it's damn near what I would consider the best thing they could have done for a fragrance named Le Male Elixir. I think it's one of the best releases of 2023, to be honest with you, and absolutely worth getting your nose on and sampling. If you haven't tried it yet and you're looking for a monster designer, try Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir. Well, guys, that is the 7 that I have for you today, and until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. Of these 7, what have you tried? I know most of them were elixirs. I get it. I probably could have threw elixir in the title. I'm not gonna, though. It's more about designers. A lot of these were newer releases, too. It's been a hot year for releases, in my opinion. Not everything's been a home run. I get it. Across niche, indie, and designer. But for the most part, for those of you that are really into fragrances, I think it's been a pretty damn good year. And I will say, until next time, if you get your hands on any of the 7 that we talked about in this video and you give them a spray now, I'm pretty confident you'll thank me later, because they're all powerhouses, and I know it's not just on me. Have a good one, guys.